Do you fear that you might be the reason your relationship isn't thriving as it should? Or are you worried about starting a new relationship because you might not be good enough? These are questions that likely resonate with many of us. But what if I told you that being aware of your behavior is the first step towards improving your relationship? Today, we're on a mission to explore 10 common behaviors that could potentially harm relationships. We'll uncover how these behaviors manifest and why they can be detrimental to the bonds we share with our significant others. And it's not just about identifying these pitfalls. We're also going to provide you with practical advice on how to avoid them. From reacting angrily to criticism, to disrespecting your partner's privacy, to playing the victim card, we'll delve into the depths of these behaviors to help you maintain a healthier relationship. So buckle up as we delve into these behaviors and how to avoid them. Firstly, angrily reacting to criticism. Criticism is inevitable in any relationship, but how you react to it can make or break the bond you have with your partner. When we react angrily to criticism, it creates a defensive barrier that prevents us from understanding the other person's perspective. It's a natural instinct to protect ourselves when we feel attacked, but in doing so, we might be missing out on an opportunity for growth. Instead of responding with anger, try to take a moment to breathe and understand where your partner is coming from. They might be trying to communicate something important to you. Remember, criticism isn't always a personal attack. It's often an expression of someone's feelings or concerns. By responding calmly and openly, you're showing your partner that you value their thoughts and feelings. This can lead to a deeper connection and understanding between the two of you. Remember, it's not about what's said, but how you respond to it. Moving on to the second behavior, disrespecting your partner's privacy. Now, we're not talking about keeping harmful secrets here. We're talking about simple respect for personal space. It's about understanding that your partner, like you, is an individual with their own thoughts, feelings, and personal experiences. They may have private conversations, personal letters, diaries, or even digital spaces that they prefer to keep to themselves. This doesn't mean they're hiding something from you. It simply means they value their individuality. When you violate this privacy, you're essentially saying that you don't trust them enough to have a part of their life that isn't shared with you. This can lead to feelings of suffocation, resentment, and can ultimately damage the relationship. So, respect their privacy. Give them the space they need to be themselves. This will not only strengthen your relationship, but also enhance the trust between you two. Always remember, trust is the foundation of any strong relationship. Next up, we have two behaviors that often go hand in hand: self-deprecation and playing the victim. Now, we all have moments of self-doubt and vulnerability. But when these feelings persistently manifest as self-deprecation, they can undermine the health of a relationship. Constantly belittling oneself can create an environment where your partner feels compelled to reassure you, which can be emotionally draining. It's not about denying your flaws or weaknesses, but about embracing them as part of your unique identity. It's okay to be a work in progress. We all are. Here's a tip for maintaining a positive self-image. Practice self-compassion. When you stumble or make a mistake, instead of berating yourself, speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend. This shift in perspective can help you to be kinder to yourself, and in turn, foster a healthier dynamic in your relationship. Moving on to playing the victim, this behavior can be particularly detrimental in a relationship. By always blaming your partner or external circumstances for your own feelings or shortcomings, you evade taking responsibility for your actions. This can lead to a toxic cycle where neither partner feels heard or respected. But here's the good news: you have the power to break this cycle. Start by acknowledging your role in conflicts or misunderstandings. This doesn't mean you have to bear all the blame, but simply recognizing and owning your part can pave the way to constructive communication. Remember, it's not about who's right or wrong. It's about understanding each other's feelings and working together to find a resolution. Adopting these behaviors may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to self-deprecation or playing the victim. But with time, patience, and practice, you can cultivate a healthier mindset and build stronger, more fulfilling relationships. In a relationship, it's important to be your own best friend, not your own worst enemy. So be kind to yourself, embrace your vulnerabilities, and remember, every step you take towards self-improvement is a victory in itself. Now let's discuss two more behaviors: giving ultimatums and not giving your partner enough space. The first behavior we're going to talk about is giving ultimatums. It's a way of asserting control and dominance over a situation. often used when we feel cornered or desperate, but it's not the most effective way to communicate. It creates tension, pressure, and can lead to resentment. It's like holding a relationship ransom, and it's not a healthy way to resolve conflicts. Instead, try to express your feelings and needs without making it a do-or-die situation. Use I statements like, "I feel neglected when you spend so much time at work," rather than, "If you don't spend more time with me, I'm leaving." It's about opening a dialogue, not closing off options. The second behavior is not giving your partner enough space. We all have individual lives outside the relationship, and it's important to respect that. It's easy to become so intertwined with your partner that you forget about your own needs and wants. But remember, love is not about being attached at the hip all the time. It's about sharing a life, not consuming each other's. It's about being there for each other while also being there for yourself. Encourage your partner's individuality, support their interests, and understand their need for alone time. It's not a sign of love's absence, but a sign of respect and understanding. So how can we avoid these behaviors? It starts with awareness and understanding. Be aware of your actions and how they affect your partner. Understand that your partner is their own person with their own feelings, needs, and desires, and most importantly, communicate. Talk to each other. Express your feelings, your needs, your fears. Listen to each other, understand each other, love each other. And remember, love is not about control or possession. It's about mutual respect, understanding, and space for growth. It's about being two individuals who choose to share a life together, not two halves trying to become a whole. Love is about freedom, not confinement. Let's continue with the next 4 behaviors: neglecting your partner's needs, constant complaining, not listening, and being overly jealous. First on the docket, neglecting your partner's needs. It's important to remember that relationships are a two-way street. Your partner's needs are just as important as your own. Ignoring their desires or brushing off their concerns can lead to feelings of resentment and can seriously damage the connection you share. To avoid this, make sure you're always keeping the lines of communication open. Show interest in their day, their feelings, and their hopes. In short, make them feel valued. Next, we have constant complaining. Now, we all have our off days, and sometimes a good vent can be therapeutic. But when complaining becomes a habit, it can create an environment of negativity. This can be draining for the other person and can take a toll on the relationship. So try to balance out the negatives with positives. Share not only your frustrations, but also what made you smile during the day. Thirdly, not listening. This might seem like a no-brainer, but it's surprising how often this behavior creeps into relationships. Not giving your full attention when your partner is speaking can make them feel unheard and unimportant. So the next time your partner is sharing something with you, put away your distractions and really listen. Engage with them, ask follow-up questions, and show them that their words matter to you. Finally, being overly jealous. A little jealousy can sometimes be flattering, but too much of it can make your partner feel suffocated and untrusted. Instead of letting jealousy control your actions, use it as a signal that something needs to be addressed in your relationship. Have an open and honest conversation with your partner about your feelings. Remember, good relationships are about understanding, patience, and trust. By avoiding these behaviors, you can create a healthier, happier, and more fulfilling bond with your significant other. So, let's ditch these relationship killers and foster love, understanding, and respect instead. Good relationships are about understanding, patience, and trust. So, there you have it. The 10 common behaviors that can harm a relationship. We've journeyed together through the landmines of angry reactions to criticism, disrespecting our partner's privacy, self-deprecation, playing the victim, and using ultimatums. We've also explored the harmful effects of not giving our partners the space they need, and covered a few more hazardous behaviors. All these behaviors are common, and yes, they can damage or even break a relationship. But remember, awareness is the first step towards change. Realizing and acknowledging these behaviors in ourselves can lead to healthier habits and can significantly improve our relationships. A strong and enduring relationship isn't built overnight. It requires understanding, respect, and love. It's about knowing and accepting our partners for who they are and continuously working on ourselves to be the best we can be. Remember, the key to a successful relationship lies in understanding, respect, and love. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep your relationships healthy and strong.